Welcome to Charlotte's Strikkecafé or Charlotte's Knitting Café. My name is Charlotte, or Charlotte if you want it in the English way. I'm coming to you from the northern part of Denmark. I really hope that you have been enjoying the Knitathon so far. I have, I'm pretty sure about that. This is a pre-made episode, as you can see. It's daylight right now, but when you watch my episode, I'm pretty sure if you are in Denmark, it's very late at night, or if you are somewhere else around the world, you might recognize the daytime, who knows. Anyway, I'm very glad that you found your way in here, and I have been looking so much forward to keeping you company while you are knitting or doing some other craft during the next, I guess, almost 1 hour. At least I will try to make it about 1 hour before the next podcaster will get the screen. As I told you, I'm living in the northern part of Denmark. I am living with my husband and our little dog. Maybe you have been here before, and maybe it's your first time. No matter what, I am very pleased to have you, and I wish you a very warm welcome. This episode is a special edition for the Knitathon, and I will sprinkle it with a little footage. I will show you something from my preparations for this knitathon. This year I will be knitting Pia's cat number 7. I will show you when I bought the yarn. I will show you a little preparations. I will put in a little bit of footage around, during this episode. As you might have seen, I just showed you in the beginning the way to my cozy, comfy chair where I'm sitting when I'm knitting. This is my very favorite spot. I have a clear view to my TV and to my living room, and I can look out the window to my garden, and it's just my favorite place to sit when I am sitting with my crafting. I have been to Knit Sister's studio in Middelfart, where I bought some yarn, and I will show you a little footage from a trip to Middelfart. And I will get back to you in a little while when you have seen a little bit of my preparations for this knitathon. I will be showing you a little inspiration for summer knitting. We are almost in April, and I think it's time for having summer knits on the needles. I have made several tees for summer, and I have picked out I guess a handful, and I will be talking a little bit about them later. I will tell you about the designers, and I will tell you a little bit about the yarn I used. And I hope that you can find it inspiring to find some fine patterns, maybe the same I used, or maybe some other ones that are not, I'm one of those persons that when everybody else is knitting something that is very up in the time, I go the other way. And I'm a last mover because I find it very inspiring to see what other people are doing, and once in a while I'll jump right into those rabbit holes and make all the same that everybody else is making. But nevertheless, I also tend to find something that I like, and I really don't look that much into what other people are doing. I get inspired, but also I think it would be a little bit boring if we are all knitting the same stuff. I think that my preference is feminine knitwork with a lot of lace and maybe a little cables, and I'm almost always knitting on very small needles. Needle size 2.5 to about 4mm needles is the ones. 3.5 are the needles I prefer. Absolutely. Yeah. What else? I guess that would be it for now. Of course, I will be in the chat for you. I pre-made this episode and I, as you can see, put it out as a premiere. And that means that I will be in the chat and answer questions you might have for me. But I will see you again in a little while. This is my living room. I will show you where I am sitting when I'm knitting. So I will just pause and turn the camera. We have a tiny house. I think it's about 125 square meters. And the living room is not actually that big, but for 2 people it's big enough. This is my favorite chair where I'm sitting when I'm knitting. And as you can see, I'm working on my Yogalong number 2 from Senator Knits. And I guess when the Knitathon is going on, I might be wearing this one. So now I'm ready to cast on. I have the dark yak, which is 50% yak and 50% silk. The white one is 30% superfine merino, 40% silk and 30% yak. The pink one is pure mulberry silk, 100%, and it's dyed with cochenille. I got it from a very dear friend, and it has just been lying in my collection waiting for the right project. And well, I'm pretty happy I found it. So off to find the needles so I can cast on my cat number 7. Now we are entering my little creative space. I love alpacas. Aren't they just adorable? My little dog. Very old plates with Cinderella. This is totally my room. Cinderella has always been my favorite fairy tale. And this is where I'm podcasting from. I love this room. just made a little gauge watch for my cat number 7. You saw the beautiful yarn I bought for this tea, and I have been trying to make a swatch to see if I can get the gauge. I think maybe Pia, our sweet host for this knitathon and designer for the cat number 7, is a little looser knitter than me, because I cannot get the gauge on the needles recommended. I tried, but I think when I soak and block this one, I will have to block too much to get the gauge. So I just went up a little bit to needle size 3.5 millimeters, and I like, you can see I have both. The bottom is 325 needles, also US 2.5 and US 3, which is 3.5 millimeters in the top. I really like the fabric it's creating, and I think when I block this one, I can get the gauge with 3.5 millimeters. So I will soak and block this one, and I'll get back to you a little later so you can see how it's going with my cat number 7. Now we are ready to move on with a little more knitting content in this episode. As you might see, I am finished with my Do You Yoke number 2. The Yogalong mystery Yogalong Jeanette Knits has been hosting. I will stand up so you can see the pattern a little more close. I'm sorry for the light. The sun is just coming right into the windows right now when I'm recording this. The cuffs and the hem is twisted 2x2 ribbing and stranded colorwork, and it has been so funny to make this. There are so many different techniques in it. We have this fine braid. We have some mosaic knitting here, and then stranded colorwork on the rest of the yoke. The colored yarn is Spincycles dyed in the wool. The color is Waterwitch. The undyed one is a blend of Suri, alpaca and merino. Very soft and warm and comfy. We are getting close to spring, so I'm very excited to see how much use of this I get this year, but otherwise it will be fall again, and I'm sure I will be wearing it a lot next winter. Also, I of course can wear it on a cold summer day, but it is a warm sweater. It's made in sport weight yarn, so it's not so thin, but I really like this one. I'm sure it will be a favorite. Yeah. But what I actually wanted to talk to you about right now is a little inspiration for summer knits. And I will show you how far I've come with my cat number 7. I started it and I made the neckline and the first couple of stripes. I'm just ready to, I just started, let me see, the first round of the main color, which is going to be the rest of the tee. So I'm pretty sure I will be knitting the rest of the weekend on this cat number 7. It's a fine pattern, and the yarn is just luxurious and soft, and I'm sure I will love the drape of it. I tried a little gauge swatching because I had to go up a needle size, and I think this is going to be good. The pink one I told you earlier is mulberry silk, and it's a little bit thinner than the other two qualities, but I'm sure it will be fine once it's washed and blocked. Yeah, so have you ever tried making joggler stripes? I did on this one. Normally when you're striping you will get these jogs when you change the color, and since you are knitting in a spiral, it's often you will have this jog where you shift from one color to another. I have been trying to avoid it a little bit. It's not so clear to see right now because I just put on the darker color. But I think it will be pretty good. Oh, I'm getting a little bit in trouble with that light, but yeah. And oh, I'm sorry, I'm sniffing a little. I've catched a cold, I think, and maybe I have to pause once in a while just to blow my nose a little, and for that I'm really sorry. Yeah, but that was the cat number 7. I have a few other works in progress, also summer knits I want to show you before I will be talking about some teas I have made previous. And I'm currently working on a test knit, and if you are not used to follow my channel, you might not know that I have been doing a lot of test knits for Valentina's knits, and well, I just fell right into the rabbit hole again, and I'm doing another test for her. And this pretty one is called the Rosevera top, and it has a very beautiful lace pattern. I'm knitting on needle size 3 millimeters, 2.5 US size, and the yarn I'm using for this one is the Summer Cashmere from Lana Grossa, a German brand. This one. This is 90% cotton and 10% cashmere. It's very soft, but due to the high content of cotton, there's absolutely no elasticity in it. It's pretty hard that way, but I think when it's knit, it's okay soft. It's more soft than if it would be 100% cotton. I'm curious to see how this will feel once it's washed. But it's a very fine tee or top. This is how it looks like. And I don't think I am going to make long sleeves on mine. I think I will make them, these are 3/4, but I think I will make mine even shorter. I have an idea that I probably will make them until the elbows, but we'll see once I get a little longer. So that is the summer tee, and I think the pattern will be published in April this year. So I promise that when it's out, I will post on my Instagram. And if you are not following me on Instagram, you can find all my infos in the description box below if you're interested. Yes. I do have one more summer knit or yeah, it is a summer knit, but it's a warm summer knit, and it's some yarn I bought at the Fiberfolk. I didn't make any footage when I went to find this yarn, but I fell in love with a very fine tee called Crazy Cousin. It was one of the tees I think were made by the most of the hand dyers on Fiberfolk this year anyway. I will put in a picture somewhere so you can see which one I fell in love with. And the yarn I bought for it, is this undyed blend. It's baby alpaca, silk and cashmere. And it's knit together with silk mohair. And I chose these two very fine, a baby blue and a baby pink. And my tee will be striped with the pink and the blue. I just started the blue one, the pink in the top and the blue. The tee I saw was the opposite. It had the blue in the top and thinner stripes with the pink, but I like pink more, so I decided to go the other way and make it most pink and then with the blue stripes. The original model is this one. It's made by a Danish designer called Lisa Renner. She has a website called Pure Knits and Pearls, and I think most of her patterns are made in English as well as Danish. I might actually think you can get it on Ravelry as well. Yeah. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Okay. I think I told you in the very beginning of this episode that I will take you to a little tour in Knit Sister Studio in Middelfart. I went there earlier this year in my winter break, and I think I will put in a little footage of that tour now before talking about the next project. enjoyed the little tour in Knit Sister Studio. Knit Sister Studio is such a lovely yarn store, and I love whenever it's possible for me to go to Middelfart and to visit Knit Sister Studio. As you saw in the footage, I showed you the Nila tea, which I'm going to make in April. Knit Sister Studio is owned by Marie-Louise, who is having these fine knitting classes once in a while. And in April it will be the Nila. Nila is made by Natasha Hornby. I have a little picture. This one. You saw it. You just saw it in Knit Sister Studio. The beautiful green tea. And I am going to make mine in this fine blue color. The color is Uis or something like that. I'm not sure that I'm pronouncing it right, but you can see it here. Just wound up, so I will be ready to cast on. The class will be beginning during, I think, the first week in April, and I'm very excited to be participating. Yeah. Okay. My plan for the rest of my episode, the rest of my time with you, before Mette Marie Cockholm will have the next part of the Knitathon, I have decided that I want to show you a little summer inspiration. I found 7 summer teas in my wardrobe, and I want to share them with you. The very first I will show you is 10 years old. I made this one in 2015. I made it in a yarn that unfortunately is discontinued. It is a 100% cotton yarn from Lana Grossa called Puntino. I do not recall the name or the color number or but this is the one I am talking about. The Rocky Pond, it's called. A very fine tea with a very fine pattern. This is made by Susan Mills Knits. She has been a knitwear designer since 1992 from Maine in the US. And she has a cooperation with Classic Elite Yarns. So this was the first one, a very fine model with a little lace and a long hem with the ribbing. Is this 2x2, 3x3 ribbing, and also in a little short sleeve. Very easy knit and very nice to wear when it's warm and summer. In the summer. Yeah. So this was the first one. So yeah, 10 years. That's pretty good, don't you think? Yeah. Some of my knit work is pretty old, and it might be because I have so many that I'm never going to use them all up. And the ones I am most happy about, I will try to be a little careful with them so that I won't wear them out. The next one is the Maratimo by Caitlin Hunter. And you will see in this little cavalcade that I have a lot of Caitlin Hunter's models. I just love her patterns. She makes very beautiful patterns. This one is made in 2019. The pattern was published in 2018. I will put in a picture so you can see the model I fell in love with. And I made mine in This is, let me see. The speckled yarn I used for the main color is from a Norwegian company called Knitathon. It's hand-dyed. And the colors I have, the contrast colors, are from a Danish brand, a Danish hand dyer, yarn dyer called Cleo yarn. Yeah. Originally, this tea is made in hedgehog fibers. We all know hedgehog fibers, don't we, from Ireland? They make very beautiful colors, but this one is, Norwegian. It's available in size extra small to 3XL, and I made size what? I didn't write it down which size I made. Probably a medium. Normally I'm making medium. This is made on a US 4 size needle, 3.5 millimeters. Yeah, the Maratimo. And I will write in the description box below all the models I am talking about today, so you can get back to them. And of course you are also very welcome to send me a message. I'm most easy to get in touch with on Instagram. So the gauge for this one is 22 stitches and 28 rows or rounds. I really think it's a very beautiful pattern, and somehow I didn't manage to, maybe I didn't block it enough, because when I saw the picture I thought that this section was actually a little longer, but it could be that I did not block mine that much. I do not remember. It's been a while since I have been wearing this one anyway. But the Maratimo, and again I am not at all sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly. Please bear with me. And next one is also one of Caitlin Hunter's models. I will just dive right down and pick it up. This one is one of my absolute favorites. I am wearing this one all the time. As soon as I can wear short sleeves and it's not too warm, I am using this one. This is the Tekna. The Tekna is a very fine, a little white model, and maybe also it's because of the yarn I used. This yarn is unfortunately discontinued. This is a silky mohair made of 50% mulberry silk and 50% mohair. I bought it at a hand-dyed DK, and it's it's knit on needle size 4 millimeters, US 6, and the gauge for this one is also 22 stitches. In the pattern there are a lot of different qualities mentioned. There are a lot of suggestions, so you can make this one in, I guess, all kinds of fingering weight qualities. I made this one in 2020. The pattern was released in 2017. So it's a fairly old model, but I just love it. I think it is so beautiful. I love this fine lace in the bottom. I love the short sleeves. It's just a fantastic model, I think. So The Tekna was next in line. And again, I will put in a little picture of the Tekna in the original pattern, so you can see how it's supposed to look like. Okay, the next one is a little tunic. Actually, it's called the Tunic Heather. The Tunic Heather is by Ludmila Aksenik. She's Russian, and I really don't know how to say it the right way. But anyway, she has made a very, very beautiful tunic. Is that right? Anyway, originally, it's made in linen. I made mine in a very fine Tossa tweed silk. And this is the one. Again, it has this very fine lace panel in the bottom. But what I really like about this one is the back. On the back side, it has this very fine lace, and it's longer in the back. You can hardly see it. Maybe this is a little better. I'm really sorry for the sun on the screen down here. I hope you can live with that. But this one has this beautiful, beautiful lace panel all the way on the back side of it. And it's very nice with that little longer back side. It's so, so, so pretty. She also made a long sleeve version in silk mohair. And I have the yarn for that one as well. I just never got time to make it, but I will make it once. I think it's so beautiful. This is 20 stitches gauge on needle size 4mm US 6. I made this one also in 2020, and I'm not sure when the pattern was released, but I'm pretty sure that it was a rather new pattern when I made it. But yeah, the designer is currently living in Holland, the Netherlands. Yeah, I think that would be it for this one. It's so soft. It's a BC yarn. Yeah, Tossa tweed it's called. That was number 4. I will just turn the page and move on to the next one. The next one again is a Caitlin Hunter model. Before talking about that one, of course, again, I will put in a picture of the original Tunic Heather, so you can see how beautiful that purple model was. Hi, Coco. Hi. And now my little job just came. Oops. Want to say hi to my little sweetheart? Yeah, hi Coco. She's a bit old. She's 12 years old, and she suffers from allergy, so her eyes are running. Yeah, she's such a darling. Darling, my baby girl. Yeah, okay. Where was I? It was the Cavette. The Cavette is also from Caitlin Hunter. This is a crop top with this very fine lace and a little stranded colorwork in the top. I made mine in a Spanish hand-dyed yarn from a company called Feliz y Punto. It's made in a silk blend with the 60% merino and 40% silk. The yarn is called Cedar 40. The contrast color is from Volissimi. It's her blend or her base Carla, which is merino, silk and cashmere. I made this one in 2021. Originally it's made in Live in the Long Grass Sport Light yarn. But this is a fine model as well. Maybe I actually think it is a little bit cropped for me. But it's very, very soft and I love the yarn. And when I'm wearing a dress, it's pretty good to wear over the dress. So I am using it a little. Not as much as I could probably. But it has these small, very fine bubbles. Very tiny, fine little bubbles. Normally I'm not that big a fan of bubbles, but I found a way. I think they might be a little bigger in the pattern, but I think I just found a way to make them slightly smaller. It's not so easy to see them in this dark yarn. It's better in the light. Anyway, it has bubbles, small bubbles. Can you see them? I don't know. But I think it's a very fine and beautiful tee as well. So this was the civet, and again you will get a picture to see what it originally looked like in the pattern. I have two more to show you. One of them is again by Natasha Hornby, like the Nila I am going to make in April. Natasha Hornby is also known as Moonstock Knits. The pattern I am talking about this time is the Yoni. It came out in 2023, 2 years ago, and I made mine also in the summer 2023. I made mine in pure silk, but originally it's made in Chesterwool's El Lineo, which is a linen yarn. This is made on needle size 3.5 millimeters, also US 4. I had 3 different colors of this very fine silk yarn, and I just tried to fade it a little bit. So I used up all, and I have a spot on it. Oh no. I wonder what that is. I hope it's not grease. Well, I guess I have to soak this one to see if I can get it off. But anyway, it's my Yoni in mulberry silk, and it's very heavy and very drapey, and I might think that this yarn was not the best yarn to use. If I was to make this one again, I would definitely go with the linen yarn, because this is a summer top, and this silk is very fat and a little thick, and I think it might be a little too warm to wear when you can wear tees with no sleeves. But I did use it last summer a bit, but it's not the tee I have been using the most. But it is the Yoni by Natasha Hornby. And the last one I want to show you, I made last summer. If you have been here before, you might know that last summer I broke my wrist. It was a pretty bad break, and well, it took a while for me to get my knitting skills back on track. A lot of physiotherapy, a lot of exercises, and it went so slowly. But I did manage to teach myself to knit again after a while. Not teach myself, because I never forgot, but it was a bad break. But nevertheless, slowly I started with a beautiful summer tea, and this one is called the Wild Roses. It is from Knitting for Breakfast, its designers. It's two sisters living in the north of Italy. They made this pattern in 2020, and originally it's knit in Rami silk by Mominoki yarns. Is that right? Mominoki yarns, which is 60% wool, 20% silk and 20% Rami. It's a fingering weight yarn. The gauge is 23 stitches and 35 rows on needle size 3.5 millimeters or 4 US size. I made mine in pure raw silk, hand-dyed by the Danish yarn dyer Ladybug. And this is what mine is looking like. This yarn is so fantastic in the summertime. Silk is very nice to wear even if it's warm. This is a pure raw silk, so it's not so shiny as mulberry silk, but it is very drapey, a little heavy, and very, very nice to wear. I am talking about this one in a previous episode, I guess from last year, but as I reckon this color was called Naked, and I think this one was apple flowers maybe, or was it apple flower or sour apple? I really don't remember right now. But anyway, you can find me on Ravelry, and I am positive that I wrote on my project page on Ravelry which colors I used for this one. I think it is so beautiful. I really like this one a lot. And as you can see, again, some lace, fine details with the scalloped neckline. And this is so much what I prefer when I'm knitting. And I really hope that I could inspire you just a little bit with some of the models that I have been doing. As I said in the beginning of this episode, I like lace work. And I like knitting something that not everybody else is knitting. But again, I do get inspired, and often I end up anyway by knitting all the other stuff that is hot in time. But I am a last mover. And with this, I want to say thank you so very much for stopping by my little channel, my little corner on YouTube. I hope that you have been a little bit inspired, and I really hope that you have been enjoying the Knitathon so far, and that you will enjoy Mette Marie Kokholm, who will be waiting next in line. And if you like my content, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a little like and maybe subscribe if you are not a subscriber. Otherwise, thank you once again, and please take care.